What's up guys, Aaron here, Curls on the Rack, back again with another video. This time, not going to be a DIY video, it's going to be a review video. We are going to be reviewing the Mad Spotter dumbbell hooks. And basically what they are is they sort of act like a J-hook for your dumbbells, so you don't have to pop up the weight each time. You can start up here, and I just thought that was kind of a cool idea and a cool product. So let's go ahead and not do an infomercial about it. Let's go ahead and test it. Let's test how much weight we can put on it. Let's test the functionality, how it feels. Let's test some other uses for these things. And finally, you can decide if you want to add these to your gym arsenal or not. So let's roll. Okay, first and foremost, what you are going to be getting when you order this product. Now, I believe it is $60, free shipping. I was really surprised at how fast it was shipped out and how quickly it arrived to my house. Anyways, you're going to get two of these guys. And what it is basically a hook that the dumbbell handle goes into right here. And then you have another portion here where you're going to put it over a barbell or basically any kind of bar that you can put this over to stabilize the weight. You have your dumbbell here, and then it comes with a little pad that's optional. You don't necessarily have to use this, but it makes sure that when you lift the dumbbell up, it doesn't slip out of the hooks, and that just goes around your dumbbell like that. So I'll put it on real quick, and you can see how easily it goes on here. And yes, you can use them with the Bowflex adjustable dumbbells, which is very cool because I know a lot of people in the home gym community have adjustable dumbbells. No, they do not work with the power blocks, unfortunately, but we'll go over that later. Pop it in here, throw this guy on here, and then you have your spot where you can still grab. It fits my hand pretty well, and there's enough room in here to grab the dumbbell comfortably. It doesn't squish my fingers in at all. And you go ahead and lift from this position. And it has a plastic coating over the top here, so it's not going to scratch your barbell. And also two little plastic caps that sometimes come off, I've noticed, and I'll find them on the floor, but not a big deal. Okay, so let's take a couple measurements first. Let's do the outside dimension, which you're going to want to know because you're going to want to know if your dumbbell handle is going to fit in this guy, 4.74. And let's do the inside diameter as well because you're going to want to know if your hand's going to fit in there too. That is 4.14 inches. So just a couple measurements to keep in mind before you buy this guy. Make sure it'll work for your setup. Okay, so let's talk about this pad really quick that comes with it. Now this pad right here, it goes over here, and what you're going to want to do is you're going to want to make sure you get this guy super tight on there. And what that's going to do is it's going to prevent it from rolling, because you don't want it to roll, because if it rolls forward when you're hanging it up, if you got a heavy dumbbell, it might be down here and you're trying to do that and you're going to have to angle your arm back and it's going to be very awkward. So make sure when you're using these that you grab really tight and don't adjust your grip at all so that these hooks fall either back or forward, because you might have a difficult time hanging these guys up. Now, you don't necessarily even have to use this piece. And for me, with a dumbbell that bows in the center here, it was a little bit easier to rack it. It didn't move at all. I just used it like this. But if I was to release my grip a little bit, this piece may fall down, and then it would be more difficult. I have to put a bend in my wrist to rack it. But pretty easy. The only thing to keep in mind when you're doing it like that is you don't have the pad on there, and so you're going to feel that little bar in the back there on your hand. Not too terrible. Doesn't really bother me, but you are going to feel it. Okay, let's talk about something real quick. If you are somebody that has loadable dumbbells, the cool thing about this is, and you know, if you have loadable dumbbells, when you load the weight, you pick them up, you bend over, pick up one side, you slide the plate on, you do it over there. It's much more comfortable to load plates when they're up here. That's why we like sliding on those plates on our barbells when they're up here on the J-hooks. A lot easier. So that was one added benefit to having these. They're all up here. Take off the weight, do drop sets, whatever you want to do. It's just a lot easier and quicker if you have these guys and the weight's already hung up. All right, guys, so here's what dumbbell press day chest press, overhead press day, whatever the case may be, looks like for me without these. Okay, number one, I have to put this weight on my leg, right? The Bowflex, that's uncomfortable too. And then get back, get into position, and press, right? Well, with the hooks, everything's up there, right? I don't have to do any of that. And then when I get up, I bring it here and I do the whole, you know, I get up and then I do all that, right? Which can put a lot of stress. I already have a hernia, and so it puts a lot of stress on your core, and it's just not very comfortable, especially if you're doing a lot of heavy weights. Another thing that I like about these guys is that on shoulder day, if I don't want to do barbell overhead presses, I want to do dumbbell overhead presses. Normally, you got to pop up the weight from your legs, and that puts a lot of stress on your front delts. Well, with this, similar to being able to rack a barbell, you can start in this position and not put any stress or unneeded stress on your front delt, and put your shoulders in a compromised position, and then once you're done pressing, you just walk forward and hang it up like you would a barbell. Another thing that's kind of cool is that if you have somebody that you're working out with who's a little bit shorter than you are, like I can barely touch these guys, and that's kind of like where I like it. But if you have somebody who's a lot shorter with you, you can actually use these things to do pull-ups on. So just throw a handle in there, doesn't matter. Adjust the width of each one of them, for their big head or their small head, and then you can do pull-ups, and you can do them right in the middle of them, which I like better anyways. And of course, the same concept holds true for over here if you wanted to use them for neutral grip, right? Now, I don't know what it looks like when you guys do dumbbell pullovers, but for me, if I'm at the gym and I have a heavy weight, obviously this is not a very heavy weight, this is only 52.5 pounds, but this is what it looks like when I do dumbbell pullovers. Go, set it up here, I get under here, I do this, I get it up, and then I do my pullover, right? And then when I set it down, I go, I hope it doesn't fall over, right? If that's you, this is a lot easier. So you start basically with it already up into the position that you're going to use it. You just pop it off of here. You go. You do your movement. And when you're done, just bring it over, and you're done. You don't have to deal with any of that stuff over there, which I thought was pretty cool. So let's say you really want to isolate that top portion of the movement and make it a lot harder. Well, with barbell and bands, you can do that. But now you can also do that with dumbbells. Now, I realize I should have two. I don't have any more bands. They broke. So I'm going to show you with one. So I can really feel it. This is only 52.5, and I was pressing it before, easy. But now, at the top portion of that movement, I can really feel this thing flex up. The pump. Okay, so even though these things kind of look like something you would hang up your drill on your workbench with, they are pretty beefy, but we're actually going to see how much weight they can hold, because there'd be nothing worse than putting some heavy dumbbells on there, getting underneath it, having one bend and land on your face. So I'll go ahead and throw like 225 pounds. I think you're probably moving to a barbell if you're lifting that much at that point. Easy, no problem. That would have been bad. Anyways, you can see it works. The only other consideration that I take when I'm picking out a new product for the gym is how much space does it take up. And this is basically the most minimalist product I've ever seen. The fact that they are hooks, they'll go anywhere. I could hang them from a pull-up bar. I could hang them over there off of one of my attachments. Anywhere they will go, or just throw them in the corner. They take up no space, so that's great. All right, so they also asked me to give some constructive criticism, feedback, improvements that maybe could be made to the product. And the only two I could think of was, number one, I would love for them to fit over a standard kettlebell handle. They almost fit, but they do not fit. If it was a slightly little bit narrow, they would fit on this Rogue one I have. Maybe there are other kettlebells out there that are a little bit wider diameter and they'll fit, but I love to do pullovers with kettlebells instead of dumbbells. I just feel like it's a better grip. It's more comfortable, so they'd be great if they fit on kettlebells. The only other one, I would love to see them work on the power blocks. Power blocks, the issue is that you have these things that jut out on the side. The thing almost fits in there, right? But if it fits in there, I still have to get it down and then around there, and I do realize that I have to load up the weight ahead of time because they need to be on this side to adjust the weight. That would be my only other selfish want for this product. If you're in the same boat and you have power blocks, put it in the comment section. We'd love these things to work for power blocks. Maybe they'll do it. So I'd love to hear everybody else's thoughts on these. If you have these, do you like them? Did you buy them and then never really use them? Are they sitting in the corner, or do you use them? Do you have any other exercises that I didn't mention that you can use them for? Let people know in the comment section. You might help somebody out, including me. So on the next one, I'm going to have more product reviews. So subscribe. If you like this video, hit the like button. And until next time, peace.